Hello, are you out there? I'm Mark with Homebrew Fever Dreams, and we've got Homebrew offensive battlefield control spell Olidad's Globe of Ice coming from AofAltair? Yeah? AofAltair? Okay. I'm wanting to implement this in a game that I'm playing, but want others' opinions on it. I don't want to come to the DM with something crazy powerful. That's awesome. I'm a Silver Dragonborn wizard. I'm looking for more cold type spells. This is posted on D&D Beyond, so let's take a look. Olidad's Globe of Ice. This is a 3rd level spell. Casting time is 1 action. Range is 150 feet with a 20-foot radius sphere. Yeah, right. That's so 40 feet across, 40 feet high. It's 20 feet in every direction. Okay. Vocal somatic material with an asterisk. So the material is a few drops of water. No gold point cost on that. It's not consumed. So it's a little color, a little flavor, which I like. Duration, instantaneous, school, evocation. The save on this is a con save. And the effect is cold damage. I like that they give you the little cold icon. I've never made a magic item on or spell or anything on D&D Beyond. I might try it one of these times. Although, I don't want them to steal my material. I know the OGL 1.1, all crazy times. Yeah, it stinks. I don't know that much about it, so I won't get into it. But I don't think I would want to just give D&D my stuff. You know? I mean, I would give it to free. See, I like Homebrew. My whole channel's Homebrew. I would give people my Homebrew for free. I would do that. But I wouldn't want another company to come in and say, no, 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 that's ours. We're going to sell it to people, and it's not yours. To me, that's what stinks about it. This is my opinion. A globe of humidity coalesces and freezes in a 20-foot radius sphere centered on a point of the caster's choosing within range. The sphere shatters, sending shards of ice inward and damaging all creatures within the area. It's an inward explosion, an implosion? Yes. Okay, so it's like crushing in on the target inside, or all targets, anything inside of the ice sphere. Okay. Creatures within the area of effect must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, the target takes 5d cold damage. That's beefy. And has its speed reduced by half until the end of their next turn. On a successful save, the target takes half damage and suffers no reduction in speed. Oh, wow. That's interesting. This is like a fireball. It's an ice implosion ball. It's instead of a fire explosion ball, right? It's different, though. The range is the same. 3rd level is the same. Fireball is 3rd level, 1 action to cast a fireball. The range of a fireball is 150. The area of the explosion is 20-foot radius. It's 15 or 20. I think it's 20. I think it's the same, but I know a fireball is a dex save. I always remember that because I know everyone has to like try and dive for cover. You're like trying to, hide behind a table or jump over a wall or throw yourself to the ground to dodge a fireball. So that is different, and I like that because you don't want to make two items or spells or effects in a game that are too similar. But this is like if you're up against, say, an assassin who's fast and dexterous, but you could tell they're lean, they're not going to have that Constitution saving throw, that really high Constitution, then this would be the preferred spell against them. They would dodge the fireball, but they're not going to be able to dodge this. And it's going to slow them down for the next turn, making them a little easier to handle in going against their mobility. I'm just using that as an example, but it's nice that there's a situation where this would clearly be superior to a fireball. Damage is a lot, but I don't think it's more than a fireball. A fireball is, it's 68. No, it's not. The average roll on a fireball die is a 3.5 damage, right? A 3 or 4 of the middle numbers for the d6. So a fireball is a 8d6. 8d6, which, sorry. So 3.5 average die times 8 is 24, is 28 points of damage. Let's just think about this real quick. On a d8, which is the numbers 1 through 8, the middle numbers are 4 and 5. So 4.5 is the middle. 4.5 times 5 is 20 plus 2, 22.5. Math is hard. So The difference there is 4.5 points of damage. The fireball is more damaging, which makes sense. So that is fair because you're essentially saying this has the added effect of potentially reducing the speed of your target. Fireball has no extra effect. It's just the fire damage. So yeah, this is a little bit weaker, but has the added effect of slowing movement. At higher levels, when you cast a spell of spell slot 4th or higher, the damage is increased by 1d8 for each slot above 3rd. So this will gain more damage, though. Will it outdo it? Will it out... Oh, let's see here. You can upcast 4th level, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. You could upcast this 6 die, right? So for Fireball, you would go to a 14d6, but with the Globe of Ice, you would go to an 11d8. I think, and I'm not saying this is not a problem for me. I think that at the very highest level, 9th level, this would give you like a point more, half a point, because essentially you're gaining 1 extra point on this for each die you're doing, right? So you'll gain 6 extra points of damage relative to the Fireball. If you upcast both to 9th level, because the die is larger, you're going to gain an extra 1, an extra 1, an extra 1, 6 times. Well, we've already determined that the Fireball to start with is 4.5 points stronger. So by 9th level, I think this would be 1.5 points stronger on average. So right at the highest spell slot levels, right at the end of your character arc, this will overtake it, which is cool because but that's not broken because ultimately a low-level caster chooses Fireball because in their minds it's more powerful, right? Power gaming. I want to do more damage. Or their flavor is fire. Fine, whatever reason. But the patient caster knows that in the end, by 8th or 9th spell slot availability to them, this will be not only have the freezing effect, it will do more damage. And that comes down to play style. It comes down to how long you know your characters might live or how high of a level they may gain within the campaign. But this is ultimately just a touch better in a couple of ways. So it's, I don't want to say much better, but it's definitely a letter grade higher. Yeah, this is stronger than Fireball. But I think for like low to mid-level play, it's not more damaging. So I think it offsets nicely. That's my opinion. Definitely try and squeak this by your DM. And if your DM's like, well, eventually it'll do more damage, and be like, are we going to get to like 17th level in this campaign? Like, really? If not, it's a trade-off for different styles of play. Do you want the power early, or do you want to wait and be patient for the power? I think you should let me make that choice, DM, because that is absolutely a character roleplay mindset that one wizard would have versus another. Power now or power later. Yeah. Boom. Roleplay right in the choice of spells. Think about that. I love it. AofAltair, I 100% approve. I would 100% use this. This is a great spell. I think it's very powerful, but I think it's balanced at least relative to a Fireball. If you watched, thank you. Take care.